Hi guys, welcome back to PHP Demi. I want to share with you some few process on how I develop this SEO-friendly PHP blog using procedural method. As you can see, I am already in my home page, and first off, I'd like to give credit to the owner of this template, which is which I got from startbootstrap.com. So as you can see, this is a template that we're using. And then for the admin, this is the template also from Start Bootstrap, and it's called SB admin. Back to our project. These are the posts that we already have in our database. As you can see, we have about 5 of them. And then when you click on a post, you get the details of the post. You can go back and then click on another, and then you get the details of that post. We can go fetch the first post, and then we get the details of the first post. We also have other fields like the about, and then we have the register, and then we have the login. So depending on your preference, you can decide to limit the access to the registration form so that only those who you want them to have access to your back end can actually access it. Now, how do we achieve a beautiful PHP blog like this? First off, I ensured that my XAMPP was up and running, because you can do write any script or database script without a server. So we have XAMPP that I use. Next was to create a database. So this is my database structure, and I have 3 tables in my database, which are categories, posts, and users. After that, I had to connect my project to my database, and then this was the file that I used to connect to the database. So as you can see, the file is titled db_connect, and then the database name is tests, and then user is root for XAMPP. Also, we have a function that I titled functions.php, which also required the db connection file, which I titled db_connects. And then I started a session. After that, I defined the name of my app, which is PHP blog. And then we have a function to get the base URL. So this base URL, depending on the environment in which you operate, it dynamically suggests the base URL. So if we are in our local hosts, it adds this name that we have defined, the app name we have defined above. Next was to set the value for our session, which is very important in imputing our success and failure messages, like we have them here. We have success and we have failure. We also wrote a function to redirect a page dynamically, and we got a function to tell time, and another function for slug. We also have a function that we use to retain old values for our input field. So in case of any error, we can use the old value to retain the old imputed data. Then we have the limit words, a function to limit a word. So once a function has exceeded its limits, it has a string of 3 dots attached to it. Then we also have a function to insert new users, and then another function to check email to see if it already exists in the database. We have another function to verify users, and then we got a function to get users by email, and then to get all posts. I think this particular function is not really needed, but let's just leave it for now. Next was to head over to assuming we have already inserted our posts in a database. Then we wrote this codes to get our pagination settings. So we set our post per page to be 3, and then all of these are self-explanatory. Now this is a code that fetches our posts from the database to join the categories and then the users. So down here we output for each post as posts, and then we got the slug, we got the title, and then we limited the post description to 20 words. So once the words exceed 20, it gives us the 3 dots that we have here. Let's go back and see what we're talking about. So when you go to the next page, we have one. So we have this. These are the 3 dots that we are talking about. Next was to work on our pagination button. So these are the button that gets us the old and new posts. Next was to also work on the single file, the singleton. I like that word. Well, this is the page that retrieves individual posts as we click on the link on the slug on the home page. So it collects it by the slug, and then it fetches the data based on what it got from here, and then it outputs all the information that is required. Next was the htAccess. So this is how we were able to achieve our SEO friendly URL. So first was to redirect or rewrite our everything in our blog to here. So whatever name you choose to give your project, you ensure that you change it right here. So if you decide to use just blog, then this PHP blog should be changed to just blog, so that you do not get errors. Now this is the function, or this is the rewrite rule for our posts.php page. So the next was to remove the PHP extension. Now that we are done with the front end, as we can see, everything is working perfectly. Let's go and take a look at the back end. So at the back end, we are already logged in. So let me just log out and then close this. So now we duplicate this. Just want to show us something. So since we are not logging, if we try to access the admin page, we are redirected back to the login page so we can henceforth use our credentials. Also, let's check out the validations. So if we use a wrong email, for instance, let's say this is the email we used, we get this invalid credentials. So it shows that. What about the password? If we use the wrong password, we also get an error. So if we use the correct password, then we are logged in. Now this is our categories. So we can add categories, let's say Bootstrap. Oh, sorry about that. So let's say Bootstrap. So our category is added. We can also edit. We can change the status to inactive, and we can as well delete. So as you can see, the category page we used Ajax to work on the code in the category page. So this is our category, and then we have underneath we have our Ajax, and this is our code. So this is where all the scripting is done. The insert, the create, the update, the read, the delete, they're all right here. Next was to work on the all posts. This is where we get all of our posts. So these are the posts that we have. We can as well edit our posts. As you can see, we can change this image. We can change that image. Now that image has been changed. If we go back to the home page and then view that post, this was the post that we worked on. So the image has been updated. So next was we can as well delete a post. Let's delete this post. Post has been deleted and it's gone. Let's add a new post. Let's use our let's use the lorem. We can just copy all of this, copy, and then we can paste. And then we can as well add an image. Let's use this image that we deleted, and then we have it there. Next is to copy this as our keywords, and then paste also in our description, and then we choose a category, and then we choose let's use this as our featured image. Now we can save let's refresh. So something that I didn't quite follow. Let's try it out. Another post. Let's say where from. We have paste right here, where from, and then we can just copy everything right here, and then we'll paste right here, and then we choose, let's use this as our featured image, and then let's copy this as our description, and then as our keywords, and then post has been added successfully. Now let's head back to our home page, and these are the latest posts that we have right here. Next page, you also have 3 posts, and then you have 1. So let's take a look at our latest post. So this is our latest post, and then everything that we have in between. So we can also go back and then edit these posts, and then we can add an image right here. Okay, let's add the image in between the 2 headers. So we can use this image, and then we can update that. When we go back and we refresh, we have our image inserted. So we also use CK editing. So it's actually CK editing that we are using to CK editor rather. Sorry, I use CK editor to upload the images right here. So to show you how I did that, let's go to either new post or so this is the code that is responsible for uploading our images to a particular folder that we designated for. So this is it, guys. I really apologize. I under a very tight schedule that I cannot do a code along tutorial. So I'll always do the best that I can to give you the ones that you can go through the codes with lots of comments underneath, so you can practice on your own and learn how to code and become better than I am. And so I'll see you in the next video.